Hello. It's nice to see you. I am back after just 2 days, which is pretty huge for me. Okay, the cars are being rude outside. Even at my peak, I was not typically able to stream twice in 1 week. So this is pretty awesome. so, where we left off yesterday, I wanted to start over from scratch. Uh-oh, I can hear myself talking through the device on which I use to monitor chat. Oops. Okay, silence. I am going to be starting a new world using a seed that I know is at least going to be, you know, I'm just gonna like settle down and not spend 2.5 hours searching for a new location. Today, for hydration, I am drinking out of an enormous festive jug, which has cows with antlers and wreaths on it. Hold on, I'm gonna take a photo and post it on Twitter, just because this actually goes hard. Let me take a photo. Oh. Yeah, this goes hard. This goes hard. This has to be like at least a liter of milk, and I can assure you I will finish it in one sitting. I love milk. Milk is my lifeblood. I love milk. I love milk so much. So, anyways, oh my gosh, the lag. I can tell my computer is not going to like the cherry blossom trees, but that is okay. I want to make a pink house, so I got a seed for cherry blossoms, and I'll settle down before I start wandering and exploring. So, we can actually get productive over here. So, this looks like a very nice place to have like a cabin, or could even be like a little hobbit hole type of deal. That would be cool. Yeah, I'm thinking hobbit hole. I'm going to get some tools. I'm gonna punch some trees. So this time I'm actually gonna be productive. First off, I thought of a few things that I could yap about on stream today. I need to reopen chat since I went to Twitter. Okay, so I thought of a few things I could yap about. First of all, I actually wanted to talk about quarantine. This might be controversial to talk about, so I don't mean to like bring up any negative memories, but I know a lot of people are thinking about it in the forefront of their minds with the monkeypox outbreak type of deal. Is that gonna get me shadow banned? Am I gonna get shadow banned for even talking about it? I don't care. Sorry about the cars. I do live on a main road in New York. But I've been seeing a lot of like TikToks mainly about the monkeypox outbreak, and I feel really conflicted about that because on the one hand I'm like, it's just not like I feel like because we did have one lockdown, people are more prone to panicking that there will be another one, even if it's not the most realistic continuation of events. You know what I mean? I don't have the words. I'm not very good at words. But like I've seen a lot of people talk about like if we have another lockdown, it's Jover. Like I just can't do another lockdown, and I totally understand why that is a fear that people would have. Like that objectively makes sense. It's really fascinating to me. I don't think it's as realistic as people are worried. And the reason I feel that way is because after COVID, there were like the million worse strains of COVID that came along, right? And every time it would just be like, oh well, like put on your mask, and this time we actually have mandates surrounding quarantine that people know what to do now in that scenario. Just stay home, dude. And there's like specific medical guidelines that supported that, and the reason we came out of quarantine is because of those specific medical guidelines. We do also have some vague guidelines for monkeypox, just because now we're better prepared to handle something so contagious that could easily shut down the world within a matter of weeks. So that's really interesting. By the way, I say all of this as a non-medical professional. I just happened to have been at a point in my life where it was important that I really pay attention to every development. Like, I was actively in my freshman year of high school when the outbreak started in 2020. So having access to that kind of information was huge, and we focused a lot on it in school. I think that's like why I stayed so well updated, but I'm not a medical professional. This is me talking about like genuinely my own singular personal experience with quarantine, because all of us have been affected by quarantine in different ways. So I think it's really interesting to see, like, on the rise, the possibility of another similar quarantinable outbreak. Okay. All right. I'm not going to worry about that. No, I'm going to worry about it. Where are those zombies? I'm not going to worry about it. So it's really fascinating to me because I feel like now we are so much more ready to be like, oh my gosh, we might need to quarantine. And that's definitely a valid and extremely reasonable response. I'm trying to remain optimistic is, I think, my thing. I really want to remain optimistic that it will not happen again, explicitly because we are a bit more prepared now. Wait, I'm not fighting that. I'm just not. It's gonna catch me on fire. I'm not fighting that. I'm gonna let it burn to death. So yeah, I'm remaining optimistic that this time around. And I know this is way too optimistic, especially for the way things are going with monkeypox being in the U.S. as well, and you know, Americans being notoriously bad at following quarantine guidelines. You know, maybe I'm a little too optimistic for my people, but I'm really trying to think that we're gonna handle it better this time. And should we have to quarantine, we have to quarantine. You know, just don't be annoying about it, dude. Just quarantine so that it can end faster. I sincerely think quarantine lasted as long as it did because people just wouldn't mask. I feel like that. I feel like that is a reasonable opinion to have. Question mark thing to say? Question mark. Like that. The fact that people refused to mask for so long, just elongating the medical progress we were making in any capacity, was just so unreasonable and so unhelpful. I'm gonna also let this guy burn to death on his own. There's pumpkins, yay! So the reason I've been thinking about this is because I've been thinking a lot about the way that quarantine affected everyone differently. And I have heard a lot of people who really enjoyed quarantine, like it objectively, like not objectively, but it like affected their life positively, right? And that's a really interesting way to look at it. Because I've met people whose entire life felt like it was destroyed and torn apart because of restrictions and setbacks. Like that, it just makes sense. It was horrible. Like there was very little positive in terms of society about quarantine. I thought that was interesting. Because I know I saw a lot of people like teenagers, like people who were in school and had their schooling disrupted from it, bonding over having a period of time where they could stay inside. Especially I saw like I don't know if this is real, right? Because I saw it in a Reddit post that is narrated by text-to-speech on TikTok. So I'm not going to say this is a reliable source. However, I saw a person saying that it really supported their mental health and that they were able to like actually take time inside and cater to their own health and have it not be like for attention, you know? Like that person actually just got... Because in their typical life, they would constantly be badgered about, like, you need to go outside more, you need to go to school in a certain way. But quarantine gave them some time to like, actually heal and focus on themselves in the privacy of their own home, and that was really supportive for them. Whereas, like, people all over were losing loved ones. So it's this really weird double-edged sort of, like, I think a lot of teenagers really miss times of quarantine when you could be as socially unacceptable as you wanted, even though, like, a lot of us are really self-aware that things are just better now, and everything about the way society was during quarantine was just awful, right? That sucked. It sucked objectively. I'm never gonna to say that it didn't suck, and I think there's a lot of people, I mean, I don't think there's a lot of people who would say that it didn't suck. Like, even the people who appreciated the time that it gave them to be socially unacceptable are like, that was actually horrible. And I'm so glad it's over. I think this is one of those things that's like really nuanced in the way of like, a lot of people felt benefited by it, especially because their lives weren't particularly affected in the ways that a lot of other people's were. Like, people who didn't lose any loved ones to it maybe were in really early years of schooling, so they weren't too disruptive. Except even then, it was so disruptive to development. Like, that's a lot, right? I don't know if anything I'm saying is political. I'm just talking about my personal experience and the people I've met, and not to speak for other people. I hope this doesn't come across as like a statement or opinion. I'm really just noticing things that are really interesting in the different experiences people had. Where like, I've never met a single person who's like, that was just a better way of life and it should be that way forever. But I've met a really interesting variety of people who are like, I really appreciated that time in my life. Even though I would never ever want that again, and I would never want to go back, and that's actually horrible. I've been thinking a lot about this in terms of myself, as I've really, really been struggling with my mental health lately, and I feel like the yucky part of my brain needs a reason to be reclusive again, and that's just not valid of me. But I feel like as I am struggling, I find myself yearning for the rose-colored glasses of nostalgia of what it was like during that time. Like, I miss being on Discord calls literally 24/7 and during my classes and playing Minecraft instead of doing homework. Like, that was an objectively fun part of quarantine, right? For being a child, because there's people whose lives is destroyed. I myself lost multiple loved ones to COVID. Like, your brain just treats the nostalgia like, I might have to hole up for the night, actually. There's no more. Why did I not get any more wool than this? This is horrible. Like, I know that COVID was horrible, and I think if you ask me how my mental health was during COVID, I would be like, this is the worst thing that's ever happened to me, and this is the worst point in my life. But now I feel like I'm so far removed from it that my brain is like, yeah, I could do that again. I could go for that. That would be nice. You know, like, that's the thing. I know realistically I do not want that to happen. I'm gonna see if I can raise my brightness. Oh, it's all the way up. That's great. Oh, brother. Yeah. So it's so strange, especially the ways that just it affects people differently. And now just like the quarantine nostalgia, because I've seen a lot of these TikTok accounts of people that are like dressing in all the socially unacceptable ways again, you know? And like, people, I know a lot of people my age and younger talk a lot about quarantine nostalgia, the way that TikTok was at that point in time, if that makes sense. Like, okay, so I was not aware that there was a huge ravine between me and this village I was heading towards. Not ravine, but, you know, a river. Am I gonna have to hold myself up? I think it might be worth it, trying to cross this river. But I've seen a lot of people my age and younger recently talking about their nostalgia for, like, the fashion. I think I definitely miss the fashion style. Now people are like, I was so weird back then, and my pronouns were bug/bug self. Go back! Please express yourself! Oh, I want to see more people expressing themselves in those unique ways again. I really, really miss the way people, I guess, really were able to open up. And I loved the fashion that I got to see. But it's also this horrible double-edged sword of, like, if I ever go back into lockdown, it's so Jover. I do not want that. It's so weird how this horrible, horrible thing brought out so many interesting, different things that I cannot see a single thing. It's so dark and my computer screen is so dirty. Yeah, it's really, really fascinating how something that was just so horrible for almost everyone, and how almost everyone agrees it should not happen again, you know? Oh my gosh. I literally can't see. If anything attacks me and, like, punches me off this mountain, it's so Jover. Oh. I don't know. I think being a college student at this point, like right now, like as I am a college student right now, I'm learning a lot about nuance. And that's just really, really interesting. A lot of things that I would never consider or think of before are now just like, oh, there is so much discussion to be had. And nothing is black and white, which I had really bad black and white thinking. I think, honestly, brought on by, oh gosh, I'm gonna have to start using the logs to build up, because I just can't risk these mobs. um, from like the cancel culture ish era. Like I have a lot of learning to do, and especially like in the ways that I guess COVID's timing affected me too, affecting my developmental years and stuff like that. Like I have a lot of learning to do to undo the part of my brain that feels so black and white. Oh, no. No. Okay. So it turns out that the light I saw was not actually a village, and it was a lava pool. So I might be a little bit screwed right now. I totally thought I saw, like, lantern. Ah! Oh, I'm done. It's Jover. That was a little bit deserved. I think I'm gonna hole up for tonight. That sucked. That was a bummer. That was a bummer. It happens to the best of us. It also, okay, not to be like it's the lag, but it would help if I was getting more than 2 frames per second. But yeah, it's just so weird watching, like having a lot of childhood lost to quarantine. I really think it changed the way I think. So taking a lot of time to learn right now, just as a college student, there's a lot to consider. There's a lot to think about. And I think reviewing the ways that we view quarantine in that time is also a big part of it. So I don't know. I just thought that was really interesting. I'm holed up right now, waiting for the night to pass, because I literally was only missing one piece of wool before the night started, and now I have no wool because I made bad decisions. Yeah. Okay, other than that, I actually wanted to talk a little bit about my classes. And my school has a really unique academic style. So um, it's really different for everyone. And talking too much in detail about my specific school could be doxing. um, but I want to talk a little bit about classes and what that's like as an artist for me specifically. And I don't want it to get too dreary because if you know anything about me, you know that I actually hate school. And that it's really, really difficult for me as an artist. But so I'm in 5 classes right now. Typically people at my school have 3 academics, but because I'm in the theater program, one of my academics gets replaced with 3 more theater classes specific to my area of study. So my academic classes, one of them is an ancient philosophy class, and one of them is about sustainable transportation. And this is really strange for me. I chose the sustainable transportation class because it fulfilled one of the credits that I needed, and I really liked the professor when I met him. So my school is also really weird in the way that we choose our classes literally like a week before we move in, and we get to interview our professors to see if we like the class beforehand. So when I interviewed the professor, he seemed so much fun. And his assignment structure seemed to be really good for the way my brain works, just as a non-academic person. So I show up to class, and this is like totally outside of my wheelhouse, right? The only things I've ever studied have been theater and a little bit of art. And this is all I really want to do with my life. I'm really uninterested in the academics or sciences, but I need this to fulfill the credits. And I realized that this class is so unbelievably, horribly academic and so far out of my wheelhouse that I don't know if I can do it. A lot of my classes have 10-ish page papers, sometimes multiple times throughout the semester, sometimes to be your final paper, sometimes a mix of both. Like my favorite professor, who I have pretty much every semester, or at least I try to get every semester, will have multiple 5-page papers due throughout the semester, and then the final will be 10 pages. Depending on which type of class, because there's a difference between the seminars and lectures and the way that our assignments are structured. It's a huge difference. It is still nighttime. This is so silly. I've been so silly to let this happen. Hello, wow, it's good to see you again. Welcome. I'm glad you could make it. I wasn't even streaming yesterday, so you did not miss anything. And I won't stream every day. I'm gonna stream on my free days, which right now is weekends and Tuesdays, by US time. So I get into this class, and I'm very used to a lot of writing assignments that are fairly short. This class has 3 presentations per the entire semester, which have to be 10 minutes or more in length. And the final paper is 30 to 40 pages, which is very unlike my university. So this professor, it's his first year working here, and my college's academic system is entirely unique. It's unlike any other college that I've ever heard of. And it's just so academic. I'm really like, I don't know if I can stay in this class. Like, yes, I'm prepared to have a large workload, but it's just so academic. Can I write 30 pages on something I am entirely uninterested in that I'm taking exclusively for the credit? I'm considering dropping that class and moving into something else. It's just with my schedule, and especially with my larger course load due to my major, it's really, really hard to find something else that'll fit in my schedule. And I'm also trying to maintain some free days for my job. So it's just really unrealistic for me to be like, please tell me it's... Yes! Finally! That was so bad. That was so embarrassing. I'm gonna consider this the beginning of my stream. It's a new day. Actually, I'm gonna fill that. So, I don't know. I'm thinking about dropping this class. It seems so difficult, but I also do not think I will find another class that fits my schedule. If I know one thing, it's that I physically cannot write 30 pages about something academic, much less something that I'm entirely uneducated in and entirely uninterested in. The future of sustainable transportation is not my thing, in case you couldn't tell by the fact I'm fucking live streaming Minecraft. But yeah, so I have a lot to think about academically. My school's academic program is pretty prestigious and sought after, just like the ways that we are so unique. Which is not my vibe. I really didn't want to go here, but my parents wouldn't let me go to art school. So here we are. I was like, this, since explicitly because my college's academic program is so unique and so supportive to unique learning styles, I was like, this is perfect for me. It turns out this is not true across the board, especially in academic classes that an artist will take just to fulfill credits. And the annoying thing about that is my whole life, everyone was like, oh my gosh, college is going to be so good for you. You're going to love it so much more than high school. Because in high school, I would constantly complain about, like, why am I taking all of these math classes? Like, geometry, never once in my life am I going to use that. Never once. No matter what outlet I take, no matter what job, never once am I going to use geometry, let alone algebra 2. Never in my life is that going to be relevant to me. So, my whole life, everyone was like, because this was like a really constant battle. My parents, all my teachers and advisors would constantly have to like I was such a problem child about academics because I just hated it. School is not for me. I truly am just not a school person. I'm meant to be an artist. I'm meant to be out there in the world and working. Okay, someone's absolutely tearing it up on their motorcycle outside. So, being in such an academic environment is really, really difficult for me. And my whole life, everyone told me that because I complained so much about high school's academics, college would be so good for me because I would have a better... then I could take any class I want, and I could choose what classes I wanted to take, and it wouldn't have to be academic, and I wouldn't have all these credits to fulfill. They lied. They've, like, very liberally lied. Because, like, yeah, you can take whatever class you want, but you do still have credits you have to fulfill. Thankfully, because my college is so progressive about its academic programming, that I don't have to take maths or science. I just generally have to take something in social sciences and something in humanities, and I can't take... Like, I have specific credits to fulfill in both of those areas, and then, like, creative arts or, you know, like, other stuff that you want to take. Like, there's a lot offered, and you can genuinely take whatever you want regardless of your major. But you do still have to fulfill requirements, and I'm in a social sciences class about transportation that is just entirely goes against everything I've ever been interested in, goes against my learning style, and I just, like, my whole life, everyone told me college would be perfect for me because I would finally get the freedom to choose. Spoiler alert, my parents did not let me choose which college I wanted to go to, and thus, I am here studying academics that I have no idea what to do about. Not to, like, complain. I'm just trying to yap. I'm yapping. I want to be a yapper. Um, so yeah, it's just a lot to think about, a lot on my plate. I'm probably gonna have to stick it out with this class. I might honestly just have to turn in a paper less than the page requirement. Like, there's just, at a certain point, there's only so much an artist can do. I don't think I'm gonna be able to meet that 30 to 40 page requirement. Unfortunately, that's not how I roll. So some of the systems about our academic classes is that for a lecture, you'll have like whatever your typical class schedule is, and then once every 2 weeks, you'll have a conference, which that is you know what, I'm getting very hyper specific to my college, but you know what, that's okay. If anyone finds out what college I go to, they will still not find out who I am. So let me switch, there we go. So every 2 weeks you have a conference and a lecture. So that's like half or like a third the size of your lecture, your actual lecture class, the students in it. And that just focuses on different material, gets a bigger overlook of what's happening, and you might focus more so on your written assignments in conference. Okay, so there's the village I was thinking of, and I just did not make it there. I went the wrong direction. I think that's what I did. And so for seminars, instead of like a group conference every 2 weeks, you have a one-on-one conference with the professor. And this is part of why my college is so expensive. There's a lot of individual attention, and that's also why it's really supportive for people with different learning styles, and that's really important. So this one is a lecture that for some reason has the one-on-one conference style, so there's a lot that you can do with your one-on-one conference. This is a semester-long project, as opposed to in a lecture class, you probably just turn in a couple essays throughout the semester. In a one-on-one conference, you are focusing on one project for the entire semester, or we also have a lot of year-long classes available. You might be working on the same one project for the entire year. And that's what we have instead of finals, for example. Except since this professor is coming here from a different university, he is having a final exam, which is also really atypical of our school. But it's okay. It's not going to be a hard exam. It's as he described it. It's like a couple paragraphs answering some questions. So I'm not particularly worried about that. But this conference project, if you choose to do it in essay form, is 30 to 40 pages, and that includes images. So even if you have an image that takes up like half a page, it still counts. And multiple images, because since it's such a scientific class, you might have a ton of graphs or a lot of just other kinds of graphics that are... I should stop running aimlessly. Okay. So because this school just happens to be really progressive in the way it teaches, your conference project, your semester-long project, could look like a lot of things. You have a lot of control over what it turns out to be. And today I brought up my concerns to my professor about what this will look like for me as a non-academic person, totally outside of my element in this class. And he reminded me that I could do a lot of different things with this project, which I'm trying to think about. Oh, there's a skeleton. I'm gonna ignore that. And I really like video editing, so that is not unrealistic for me. But because of the way I edit, the way I record videos when I want to do a big project like that, the script would already be the essay that I don't think I am mentally capable of writing. So it's going to be an academic struggle this semester. I'm really trying to focus on maintaining some sort of streaming schedule. I really want to make time for this hobby. It's important to me. It's pretty much all I have right now. So there's going to be a lot of compromise. There's going to be probably a lot of breaks. Perchance in 3 weeks I decide I cannot stream anymore and I give up completely. And that is okay. That will be okay. I'm gonna be nice and forgive myself if that is to happen. But it's going to be a lot of trial and error. It's going to be a lot of figuring out what I want out of my semester, what I want out of streaming. It's going to be a process. I'm drinking out of my enormous milk jug right now. Hold on. I love milk. This is so much milk. This is genuinely a liter of milk on my desk that I'm just drinking out of. That's awesome. Okay, so I'm gonna get started on a little hobbit hole type of house. That's my deal for right now. I'm sure I'm going to need to dig out lots more space. I'm trying to be careful, because I do not want to have to terraform the outside to look natural again. But you know what? I'm guessing that's what I'm gonna have to do. I'm guessing that's the vibe for tonight. And I should make a bed before I have another issue like last night. Did I take... Here it is. I'm sure I'm gonna have to block myself in again. But that is okay. At least this time I have a bed. Imagine if this was a hardcore world and I'd already died. It'd be a little embarrassing. Okay. Dirt. Yeah, so... School hard. I'm not a scholarly person, but my parents really want me to be. So I'm gonna have to put some time and effort into that, no matter how I may not want to. There we go. Successfully sleeping. I really need to get the RAM put in my computer. I just cannot find it in me to actually bring my laptop to IT. I just do not want to do that. I don't want my laptop off of me for any stretch of time. So my laptop is my little baby. I saved up for it. I worked really hard. When I was 15, I used all my summer savings from being a camp counselor. Thankfully, my town has this really awesome program that allows people under 16 to at least be counselor in training, and that gave me an opportunity to make some money for myself, and that's really huge and important. So I saved up all summer and I got myself this computer at a time when it was $800, and it was not the best of its kind, but it could handle what I needed for the most part. It's getting old now. I really should be investing in a new laptop altogether. But it's my baby, and it's the only thing I have right now, and it's the only thing I can afford right now. So, this computer handles all my artwork, all my hobby stuff, all my schoolwork, all my gaming, everything. And it's a fine computer. It does handle what I need it to do. As you can see, I'm streaming, even though the Minecraft is very laggy. As you can see, I'm streaming, no problem. So, as much as I would like to invest in a new computer, this is my baby. I keep it in my room at all times. I take notes manually because I just cannot bear to take my laptop out of my room. It also does not have the battery life for that. It's a gaming PC, so it has a 2-hour battery life. It does not leave my room. It's my baby. So I don't necessarily need to bring it anywhere for class. I just really don't like her leaving my dorm room. She's meant to stay protected. But I guess if you love them, you gotta let them go. I guess I gotta bring her to IT eventually, because that stick of RAM, I've been procrastinating for literal months. It was a gift from my close friend. And I'm so very grateful for it. I'm just not ready. I'm not ready to bring it to IT. It's so deeply helpful, but I'm so scared, and I'm also the world's worst procrastinator. This would genuinely solve all my problems. I'm just being annoying about it, and I feel really bad about that. But it's a process. It's a process. I'm trying my best. Especially, I'm a little better equipped to handle IT and stuff now in my second year. In first year, I was just super overwhelmed in general. Hold on, I dropped something. Okay, I'm back. I'm an actual mess. I don't know if you heard the multitude of things I just knocked over in trying to retrieve the thing that I dropped. I'm an actual mess. I don't know how I'm still alive, quite honestly. But I'm here. Here we are. Oh. Oh, come on. Right where I wanted to build my house? You're joking. This is so sad. It's okay, I'm gonna make do. I'm gonna ignore that. Perchance this could open up a lot of space for me that I won't have to mine out, which would be nice. I'm gonna... Okay, so this gives me some pretty good... Yeah, I could build in a roof right here. I could build down a block here and then put a floor. Yeah. That cave is going to be very inconvenient and get in my way. Okay. Gonna be real, it's so hard for me to figure out what I want out of a Minecraft house because right now I'm living in a coffin New York apartment. And I really don't need all that much space, you know? Like, this is satisfactory for me. I actually quite love I love my room. It is so nice. I could stay in here all day, partially why I want to become a recluse again. That's actually not true. I just don't want to go to class. But... I don't know. It's so hard to decide how much space a Minecraft house needs because I want to make it look nice inside and, like, look nice and decorated. But you gotta be really creative for that. Oh. I'm being chased again. These guys cannot leave me alone. They can't get enough of me. Hey. Hey. Okay. I'm remaining a pacifist right now. I don't want to start any arguments. I'm just so kind all of the time. I would never hurt a mob ever. If that skeleton is on its way to find me, I swear on my life. Like, okay. I have to think they're coming from here, right? Okay, it is a good sign, though. There's lots of caves around here that will be very beneficial to me. I don't know. This is going to be a bit of a project, though. I really like to establish my base first when I start a new game in Minecraft. Okay, lag spike. Okay. I'm going to have to... Oh. Okay, I'm going to have to... Hey! I did not want that. Okay, I'm gonna have to start smelting for torches. Because I cannot have mobs spawning in my little hidey hole. Okay, and the rest of you can turn into wood. Oh. Is it worth making another... Oh, I forgot. I have stone now. I can make stone tools. Exciting. Okay. I'm gonna make a sword. That's just a responsible decision right now. Okay. We are chilling. Yeah, I'm gonna use up the rest of these tools before I make new stone ones. So we are chilling. We are chilling. I don't want to go down there. I really, truly do not want to be down there at all. I'm actually being a baby about it. I'm, like, not that bad I'm not that bad. I'm not good at playing Minecraft, but I'm not bad. I can handle a cave, especially a tiny one like this. I just feel genuinely I need the torches. Yeah, they're on their way. They're working on it. Okay. Okay, now the dilemma of how big I actually need the space to be. Yeah. I'm gonna see if I can find any iron, honestly, before I make too much of a tool set. Like, I might never even need a stone axe if I can play my cards right. It's really nice that I'm right on top of what appears to be a huge cave system, because I have really good access to mining. I need these torches done, though. I just feel scared. I feel scared! Like, I know that's silly, but how am I supposed to rest if I cannot use the light right now? Yeah. Okay. And that's going to make a stack of torches for me. I will be very well prepared. I don't like that I'm still hearing the same skeleton, though. I need the skeleton to reveal itself so I can kill it, now that I have a stone sword. Okay, I'm swigging. I'm swigging again from my liter of milk. Nice. I love milk so much. People think it's weird, but I just love milk. Milk is so good. Like, you can't look at me and tell me milk is not scrumptious. When I was 15, I had my friend... I might have been 14. I think I was 14. I had my friend over outside. We were, like, just sort of starting to toe around what it looks like to hang out safely during COVID times. Like, we were just around figuring out masking and all that. So my friend and I hung out outside by a fireplace. And we really didn't get too close. We played a little bit on their Switch. But I went into my house to get myself something to drink, and it was a water bottle full of milk. And they looked at me and they were like, I don't know if we can be friends anymore. We are actually, to this day, they're my best friend. So they lied. It was a filthy, dirty lie, but it was really funny. I reference it every now and then. I love milk so much. People act like it's weird. I love milk. I love milk. Milk is so good. Plain strawberry chocolate. If you don't love milk, I don't know what you're doing. Stay away from me. We're just not gonna work out if you don't like milk. I love milk so much. I actually feel so silly about I feel so silly about yesterday's or Monday's stream. Was it Monday's? What day is it? It's Thursday. Was it Tuesday's? Oh, about Tuesday's stream. That was so unbelievably silly. It was 2.5 hours, and I scrapped the world. Maybe I would continue working on that world on my own. It's just not a realistic thing to pursue live, I think. Okay, I'm gonna clog up this hole. I'm not even gonna clog it up. Maybe if mobs spawn back there, they spawn back there. Not my issue. I think this could be a really cool secondary, like, cave entrance. If I could figure out some sort of cool looking entrance from up here to get into my little hobbit hole house. But I should probably make sure I check out that cave before I, like, make any building choices over it. Or honestly, maybe if it becomes like a big old thing, I could just keep it as an open exploration path, and that would be really cool and useful. Ideally, the skeleton that I'm hearing is down here, and I can get rid of it right now. Except that I have no armor, which is not helpful. Okay, another exit. At least that ends this path. Ah! Oh, it scared me. I need to actually get better at playing Minecraft. My sweet mates and I, during our roommate agreement segment, during, like, the first week, when we were all kind of getting settled in our dorm, one of our agreements was no screaming. I'm gonna have a hard time with that. I'm a very extremely loud person for absolutely no reason. So, you know, we're gonna try. We're gonna work on it. Okay, yeah, so that was not an expansive cave system. I know there's more cave stuff around, which is good, but I'm glad that I can close off that path and not have to worry about it. I think the floor is going to be made of cobblestone anyway. So we are chillaxing if I mine all this out and make it cobble. I know that I want this to be the floor level, so... Cool. I want to do more video editing projects, but I'm not very good at video editing. So I just downloaded DaVinci Resolve because I have a friend studying VFX. And when I told him that I was initially using Filmora, which I don't use anymore now that they've gotten rid of their one-time purchase option, which was just scummy of them, I was like, what good free options are there? If you're going to judge me for using Filmora, you're going to have to give me receipts as to what is better to use. I was told to try out DaVinci Resolve. So I did edit my latest music video with it, but I don't really know how to use it, and I'm not sure. Like, it's not as beginner-friendly as Filmora objectively was. Although Filmora was also objectively not good at... Not good. It's great for beginners. but it doesn't have the advanced tools that go into a more professional looking project. So I've got a lot of learning to do because I do want to focus on my video editing skills. But I also then, if that is the path I decide to take, do not want to begin bothering my VFX friend 24/7. I'm just not that kind of person. He's actually studying that for a major. He's got productive stuff to do rather than supporting his technologically illiterate friend. But I have some fun art project ideas going forward with video editing, so I'm excited to get learning, I guess. It's really funny becoming a VTuber being so completely technologically actually dumb. Like, I'm actually bad at technology. You might think I'm a very old person based on how bad I am with technology, right? Nope, I am a teenager. I'm just so bad at technology. The way that I got here was entirely from my friends trying to figure out how to help me while I'm like crying to them on the VC, like, it's not doing what I want it to do. Why is it not working? I'm very lucky to have such supportive and technologically savvy friends who help me and support me through figuring out live streaming. So we're chilling. We're chilling. I need to get smarter. Oh my gosh, no worries at all. You are so chillin'. I'm so happy to see you here, Hika. Hello. How are you doing on this fine day? This is a nice start, and it leads well into this, like, other entrance type area, right? But it's so long and ugly. I know it gets better with you know, decorations and all that, but okay, how do I make a nice Minecraft house that's not just a wide open block, right? Because I don't need that much space. I have a lot of crafting and smelting stuff I do, you know? But it's not. Hold on. Taking another swig. I have no idea what that tracks as on the model. And that's a really enormous jug I am drinking out of. I will absolutely feed you my knowledge on DaVinci Resolve as I become more and more savvy. I really gotta figure out how to use it. The next things I'm gonna try to do are working with tweening and blurring. If I can figure out how to make something, like, gradually become blurry. Because I think I'm gonna, like, make up an animation meme. You know, like, I want to do an animation meme, but not one that already exists. I'm going to use... Okay, this is so funny. Yes, true. I love living in a cave. It's so funny. I'm gonna make it look homely inside, so the outside's like a hobbit hole entrance. Yeah, I think I'm gonna work on the entrance right now, honestly. So I'm gonna get more logs, because I want logs to be the roof. So, I don't think this is, a universal thing for people on TikTok. I think this is, my specific For You page working wonders. But I've recently been getting a bunch of TikToks about girly girl productions, and that is not what it sounds like. It is not girls' music. This is music with a pink glitter background for the lyric video. And it'll have a really, like, cutesy, upbeat, girly audio to start. And it'll have cutesy, girly lyrics. And then out of nowhere, it'll hit you with something like an entirely adult theme. Like murder is a pretty big one. Coke the drug is a big one. Am I allowed to say that? I don't think it's funny. Personally, I don't stand by them making light of addiction. However, like, it'll be like something totally out of left field. Which it is a little funny in certain contexts, or like when done appropriately. And I'm getting it all over my For You page. I think it's actually the funniest thing ever. I want to do a little animation project to one of their new songs, which is about murder, as I described. I'm excited to figure out video editing mixed with animation, because I think that's a big part of animation memes, honestly. But also, okay, a whole other topic. Animation memes from like the 2016 era. That was a whole time to be growing up. Like, it's so weird that I feel genuinely raised by like what animation memes were. Like, that's wild, right? But there were like full-on 13-year-olds carrying an entire community of animators learning how to animate extremely nicely, right? Like, these are really good looking animations. And that's the kind of shit I grew up watching, right? It was good. Objectively good animation. So I just think it's a really funny subsection of the internet that I hope to contribute to with my Girls Can Murder 2 animation that I'm working on. That's extremely real. Dude, Microsoft Edge is its own breed. Microsoft Edge actually is not real. I personally do not believe in Microsoft Edge. I'm gonna make a smoker, right? That's what I do with the, yeah, but I need to go get logs first, which is what I initially set out to do before I ran out of food. Microsoft Edge is unreliable. I'm so sorry, but I believe in you and you're valid. I wish you the best of luck with your Microsoft Edge. I tried for so long to figure out how to, like, I had to go into my actual computer settings to make it automatically go to Chrome, because every time I had to turn off my laptop all the way and then turn it back on, it would just go straight back to Yahoo. And that was not, like, I love Yahoo, a whole heart. However, not very good. I wanted it to open with Chrome, and every single time I had to say, no, please default to Chrome. And then the next time it would be the same. It would be like, so we defaulted to Yahoo. If you want us to default to Chrome, you could just tell us. So I tell them default to Chrome, and then they don't. I had to go into my laptop's actual settings, and I'm actually so happy that I finally figured it out. Life saved. We are so chillin', though. Yeah, I don't know. I haven't used Opera, so I have no idea about that. Okay, it's gonna take so much logs to make the roof that I want. It's, like, not even worth it, but it's okay. It's okay. I do not know if you can hear me gulping. I'm sorry. I'm in need of milk. I love milk. I'm literally... Okay. So it has been an hour. I do have to leave in another hour because I have a conference for school that I wish to attend. It's not like a class thing. I just really want to see this discussion that I saw. I do have to go in an hour, which is 7 my time. But I've had so much of this milk. There's no way it lasts me through all of stream. This is like reiteration for the 5th time. This is a full liter of milk I'm working on. It's not gonna make it through the next hour, I fear. Or maybe it will, but it won't make it through the conference. I love milk. I am the milk guzzler. I should not have said that, should I? That could be used against me in a lot of ways. I should not have said that. I thought these only did 2.5. Okay. Slay. Okay, I don't know what next. Hold on. I gotta visualize. Yeah, okay. I can start with digging out this main console of the roof, which I think is going to be... Yeah. I might have to do a little bit of terraforming up top. Might have to. Which would not be fun or nor ideal, but you gotta do what you gotta do because I want it to have a 4 blocks of walking distance. Okay, so okay, so this would be 4 blocks. I'm gonna have to dig one up, I fear. That's unfortunate. Looks like we are terraforming today. And just to make sure I know what I'm doing here. Just so I know. And then I'll know what I need to cover later with terraforming. Okay, we are chillaxing. Yeah, I don't know why they thought a preset of search engine was necessary. I feel like you should listen the first time I tell you that I want to use Google permanently. I don't think it needed to be as big of a deal as my laptop made it out to be. Okay. This is gonna take so much logs. So many logs. I know much felt right, even though it was not grammatically correct there. It's gonna take so much logs, the material. I'm not excited for that, unfortunately. Alas, if I care about the aesthetic, I will make it work. Yeah, and then unfortunately this last bit here, it's just gonna have to be 1 block tall. Maybe, is that even what I want, though? Is that, like... I could just dig out the floor another block, because there's no reason for me to have to terraform that much. But the cave underneath it is extremely inconvenient. This game is like an interior design. Like, that's just objectively right. Oh, I need to see if I dropped any saplings I can replant. I don't like leaving gaps at the trees. I know. Yeah, there we go. Thankfully, these guys drop so many saplings. Very fertile tree. Is that a weird thing to say? Okay, I have enough saplings that it's not going to be an issue. So, we are chilling. I might want to dig out the floor another bit. I like this being a big open space. Like, I feel like this could be used. And then I'd like that I enclosed this side with trees so I can continue planting. Oh. Yeah. Yeah, this feels right. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do with that opposite side entrance. Honestly, maybe I can just use it as a bit of a more convenient entrance occasionally. We shall see. We shall see. Okay. Gonna have to cut down more trees, honestly, before I can do anything else, because I need that roof materialized before I make any decisions. Ugh. Oh. Okay, I'm gonna draw it out in front. Yeah. Yeah, this feels right. And then I might draw it out even a bit further. Just to, like... because I want it to poke out a little bit from where it is terraformed. So, let's see. This is a whole operation. I have no idea if it's any good watching someone build in Minecraft. I don't know, like, I wish I was one of those people who's interested in speedrunning. I'm just not. That's not my vibe. I like to build my house before I even go mining for... Like, I really need to have a solidified base before I go mining for the first time, because then, what's the point? I have no home to return to, you know? After a long mining expedition, I like to know I have a comfortable abode that I am going to put all my riches in. That, I can organize. My biggest thing is after a big expedition, organizing my inventory, which I think that's a pretty relatable thing, right? That checks out, right? Yeah. I'm so glad this is better than speedrunning. Thank you for saying so. Thank you. I know, like, actually making game progress is, like, a part of it, and I know that's a lot of what people like to watch for. I want my nice house first. You cannot catch me making any game progress before I have a pretty base. I don't like getting wood, though, and I have to get more wood now. Also, I do not like this. I think I can unterraform a little bit. Yeah, I do not like this whole flat. Yeah, no, I don't like that. Yeah. Okay, so we're chillaxing for now. This is not the worst. This is workable at the very least. I can do something with this. That's true. This is the progress. I think I'm really thrown off by, like, when I will play with people, very often they will want to, like, hit the nether as soon as possible. Like, I have friends who just happen to be really good at making a lot of progress really fast. So, like, by the time I'm still locating a nice-looking spot for a house, they'll be coming back with full netherite, and I'll just feel silly for not having made that much progress. Is this asymmetricality fire? Is that fire? Might not be fire. Hold on. Okay. Okay. I don't hate it. I'm gonna have to see the finished house front, honestly. And this is not finished house front material. By the way, yellow is my favorite color. White bed is unacceptable. There we go. All better. I'm gonna temporarily, just to keep it out of my way, I'm gonna put my bed inside. Underwater house is epic. Are you kidding? That's awesome. That's so sick. I love underwater house. That's a banger. Okay. I don't know if this is the vibe. I don't know if this is the vibe. I might just have to keep working with it. Hold on. I'm drinking more milk. I have a sticky note on my laptop keyboard that has a list of things to do 5 minutes before stream. Like, a big one is switching from the school Wi-Fi to my iPhone hotspot, because that's just better for my stream quality. And one of them is to prepare hydration, which as of last stream, I finished my huge chug of apple juice, and now I'm running out of milk and I don't know what to do anymore. Apple juice is my medicine, milk is my lifeblood. I don't know what to do when I am without both. I'm gonna have to actually go to the store and get more, but I no wanna. I wanna, like, stay in my room, dude. I don't wanna go shopping. I want more milk. Okay. Okay, it's time to go get more wood. Time to go chop it down the tree. I'm gonna fill in this spot with more trees. This is a little bit open. Yeah, I'm not a fan of how open that spot is. I just hope this one drops a whole lot of sapling. I'm gonna have to get a lot of logs, honestly. How do you even build an underwater base? That must take so much time and dedication. I cannot even imagine. Like, I thought I had it rough with my bases, but underwater's great. I would love to see an underwater. If you have any photos, send them to me, because that's awesome. Diet madness. It is diet madness. It is so true. I love milk. Okay. Now, I can't say that I support only drinking coffee, quote, like normal people, question mark. I don't know if I can endorse that, but I will say that I understand as someone who at certain points in my life appreciates a monster a morning, which is not by any stretch of the imagination okay. But okay, so my what is it? My routine last year, back when I would regularly have what is it? Back when I would regularly have Monster available. Like I just don't right now because it's not convenient for me to purchase a $24 pack of Monster nor lug it 10 minutes to my dorm. Um, but last year I would constantly have those $24 packs. And it would have like 16 monsters. Um, oh, hello. It would have like 16 monsters. So I would constantly just have a fresh one in my fridge. And so what I would do is in the morning before class, because all my classes started at 11 a.m. or later. So I was really, I don't know what I was on last year, but I was so productive. I would get up at 8, get completely ready by 9, and spend those 2 hours before my class sipping on a monster and doing homework. Like, I was so productive with my mornings last. This year, I literally cannot get off my phone in the mornings until I have to leave for a 1 p.m. Even if I'm up at 8. I still wake up at 8 regularly. That just happens to be my schedule. But even if I have a class at 1, I will not get off my phone until the second I have to leave my dorm for it. But I don't know, like, having a monster was just, like, nice. I don't know how to... It was just, like, a nice little morning thing. And it got me good. Not... Like... Because I'm one of the people where caffeine just genuinely doesn't affect me, but it was like a nice little morning drink that kept me motivated in a way. And I never experienced withdrawals. Like, at multiple points in my life, I would go between having a monster every morning and not, and it really didn't, like, affect me. It was just, like, a nice... I did it exclusively for the aesthetic of having a monster and doing my homework at 9 a.m. Like, what was I on? Monster, clearly. Okay, yeah, building a water base sounds like a nightmare from what you're describing to me. That's awful. But also, though, it sounds like the payoff is nice. Like, I say that with so much respect for the dedication that must take, right? I would love to see next time you get a photo of it. That sounds like a lot of work, but so cool. I think I've heard of people doing something like that, where they, like, have to... Ooh, tree on top of my house, that's sick. I've heard of people doing that, where they have to build up their whole house and then, like, block out all the water. It sounds, like, very tedious, but just so commendable. Building in Minecraft, it's weird, because for me, playing Minecraft, since it's something that I enjoy, but I have a hard time sitting down and actually getting to, it feels like it's productive. And I feel like building is just, like, it's a sweet creative hobby. Like, it's not by any means unproductive. I think it's a really nice creative outlet. Even though, like, I know, like, games are, but I don't know. I think Minecraft feels productive, and that's nice. That's a really nice thing. First 2 years of being an adult, you had energy, and now you feel like a slime. That's so real. That is so real. I feel like that was my semester 1 to semester 2 pipeline, honestly. Like, I had that getting up at 8 to do my homework at 9 while sipping on a Monster Energy, and it was like academia. I was the academic weapon. Eventually I did become the academic victim, but that was definitely my semester 1 to semester 2 pipeline. Like, right now, I'm doing okay, at the very least. I am having a hard time finishing my assignments because I sincerely am not an academic. I'm a creative. It's not what I'm meant to be. But, like, at the very least, right now, I am functional. And I think that's huge for me, especially with the way my mental health has been lately. I am proud of where I'm at now. And I think I am deserving of nice things and celebration. Maybe I should get back into having a monster a morning. Like, I know that's actually horrible and so unbelievably bad for the body. But, like, it was kind of nice. Like, I can't even hate. It was kind of nice. might have it sloped to one side. Like, I might have one side go lower than the other, and it'll be asymmetrical. I would probably hate that, wouldn't I? I'm sure I would hate that. It would look kind of cool, and it would make a perfect slot for all my furnaces to go. But, okay, I actually do not need my house to be this long. Sincerely, I do not need all that. I might need an extra little chamber for pets, because that's how I roll. I always have, like, the room full of cats, and you walk in, and all you can hear is the cacophony of meowing. That's the kind of mind... Like, I always collect all the cats from my expeditions. I'll need to make sure I have a stack of fish on me. Or, like, you know, like, my numbers, like, I go for 21 fish. And that's how I know I'm prepared to take on a village. What did it... Yeah. I think I'm just gonna have to... Okay, I'm gonna shorten my house, but I'll make a side panel for cats. Yeah. Yeah. But getting cats to go in through, like, a whole system of housing is a nightmare, though. I'm gonna undo some of this. It does not need to be this long. The cacophony of cats? That's awesome, are you kidding? I love a cacophony of cats. I love my kitties at home. I miss my cats so bad. I do have my beloved ferret baby with me, so I cannot complain. But I miss my kitties at home very badly. Okay, this is enough space. This is what I, as a person, need. So I'm gonna... Yeah. I don't know how this exit's gonna look, so I think I'm gonna leave it pretty uniform for now. Yeah, I don't know how this is gonna look. I imagine someday the mix of cobble and smooth stone is gonna bug me, and then I'm gonna have to smelt all the cobble. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Just the one. Rip. Rip. That's tough. Dog. Dog. What are you talking about? Let's go. Okay. Okay, little bro. Alright. Oh no! Oh no! No! Hold on. Alright. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. I gotta do some stream maintenance. Oopsie, I'm back. I'm back. I forgot to unmute again. I do this pretty much every time I turn off my mic. So, okay. So basically what just happened is that I had a stream troll in the chat saying very uncomfortable things, which were just not very funny. So in my panic to try and time them out from the stream, I accidentally timed out my real friend, Hika, who's just here to be my friend and support me. That was that was my bad, and I don't know how to undo that, so right now Hika's figuring out how to undo that. They asked during that whole situation if I needed a moderator, and I did mod them because they are my friend and I know them and I trust them. So they are now modded, but we can't figure out how to untime them out. So we are work in progress, working on that. As I said before, totally technically unsavvy. But now I do have a moderator, which, by the way, not a very serious role for me. I get I max 2 viewers at a time. It's really not a big deal. If literally the only thing that went wrong when I got rid of that troll was that I timed out the wrong person. fully just me being actually stupid. It's not like this hasn't happened to me before, but it hasn't been in this way. I know back when I streamed pre-debut, I did a friends-only stream that was Gardic Phone, and then just by nature of Gardic Phone, I let in people from chat. But then people who were unfamiliar with me and just wanted to cause some issues drew very nasty things on the Gardic Phone, and I had to end stream 10 minutes early. So, not the worst thing that could happen, and, it's expected. I'm online. People are assholes. It happens. It's fine, but alas, that sucks. That just sucks a lot. People are lame. People are annoying. People don't know how to behave. It's okay. Things happen. I just don't know what that will look like in the chat replay, because now I've removed all the messages that my actual friend who was actually talking to me sent, and that I didn't mean to do that. That sucks. I'm sorry. It's just lame. It's just lame. But Hika is on the case figuring out how to remove someone from the stream. I don't know. I get that kids will be kids, and that's totally fine. I mean, it's not fine. It's not okay that someone would log into a very small streamer's page just to type uncomfortable things, just because it doesn't matter to them. It's a small streamer. I get that kids don't get it and it's funny to them, and that's fine. Kids will be kids. Kids are assholes. I was an asshole, dude. I was a terrible kid, dude. If I could undo one thing, it would be the person I was as a kid, dude. I was an awful child. But I don't know. I guess a part of me will just never understand why it would be funny to it's just genuinely unkind. It's not like I would bully people as a joke. I don't know. I think that was a genuinely unkind moment. Some people are lame. It's okay. They're just not as cool. Okay, I think I can mess with the lopsided vibe. I think I can, yeah, I can vibe with that. That's chill. We are chilling. Okay. I do not have much time left, but I will be crafting for 10 more minutes. A little more. Okay, I'm thinking in the walls goes planks. Yeah, that checks out. Yeah, that checks out. And then I will figure out what I want in terms of a cat room later. Okay. I want the roof to protrude a little bit more. Yeah. Okay, then this is not necessary. I'm not sure what I'll do with this empty space. I might put dirt in there. Yeah, we are chilling. Okay. So I'm thinking little step down. That's cute. Little step down into the house, right? That's cute. I might do a little awning type door. Maybe this. Oops. I do this all the time when I'm using my hotbar. I'll accidentally type a number or something into the chat, so when I'm playing with friends, it's really confusing. Why did you send a number 7? I do this all the time. It's always 7, too. I like when people match my energy and they also send back a silly number. I'm not sure what to do about the doorway. We'll get there. We'll get there. First of all, dirt. Huh! That scared me. That scared me way more than it should have. So it's unnecessary. Yes, I hear you. I do not wish to buy from you. No. No, thank you. Wow, wow. I like this funky guy. He's chillaxing. Okay. This is not... I won't say I like it. I think I'm thrown off because I don't typically do a patio built into the ground. Typically the patio is what's raised and then there's stairs out the outside. I think I'm really thrown off and I do not like this because it's not raised, but I think I can learn to live with this. I can learn to like this. Truly. Okay. Since I pushed in the house a bit, I'm going to pull it out backwards. So maybe, honestly, my initial length was convenient. And I shouldn't have changed it, yeah. That's okay. I can fix it very easily. Okay. Need to get more wood again, which is not inspiring. I don't like needing to get more wood. I actually... I can take some out from... Is this? Yeah. Great. Okay, then I'm also going to extend the floor a little bit. I really don't know how I'm going to turn this house into a home, honestly. I've got my work cut out for me in making this place look nice. What is drinking? What is drinking? Was it the guy? Tell me it was the wandering trader. Oh, he was drinking an invisibility potion for the night. Good for you. Good for you, little dude. Okay, EP for this night. And you know what? This might be a good spot to leave off stream, since I have my conference in a minute. And I can continue working on my house Sunday. I'm gonna say Sunday. I don't know. I will schedule my stream tonight. Okay. So, thank you for everyone who is here today. Thank you very much to my friend Hika, who is now unfortunately timed out. Thank you for your time. Thank you for stopping by. I hope you all have a wonderful night. And I will see you, ideally, very, very soon. So, goodbye!